Yes, privacy is very important, but privacy cannot be taken away from the public's access to truthful information. This is a huge risk that the right to be forgotten opens up, to completely remove or hide information that could still be relevant to society. For instance, a politician's past financial doings could give light to how they would use finances within the government, or a doctor's past bad surgeries, how if he got fired, if he had any disciplinary actions, could give light to people before they get a surgery with that doctor. These are things that they would push for grounds of removal on privacy if they were old. But the public is better off knowing these things to reduce the risk. Their second question is whether it was safe to assume information left online is always harmless. No, information left online is not always harmless, but that is not what we are arguing for. By leaving information online, we allow journalists or employers to evaluate persons' pasts based on their public records that are open. The removal of this information does not allow for this. We are also arguing to keep online only true information about individuals, no matter how relevant or old. Again, this goes back to the definition of defamation versus reputation, in which they have incorrect. The opposition's third question is that isn't inequality already happening since wealthy people can bury their search results? Yes, people with money already have the power to shape their online image more than your average individual. But the right to be forgotten does not fix this. It can only prove to make it worse. To get a search result removed, you have to deem its relevance, they say. Rich people can always hire better lawyers, skip the legal system, take shortcuts, and they have more money to make their information be removed more easily.
How do you enforce accountability and transparency for search engines? Search engines already comply with massive legal standards like copyright enforcement, DMCA compliance, and privacy policies. With this in mind, a similar route could be taken with rules such as requiring search engines to publish how they prioritize results, requiring guidelines that explain the criteria for filtering results, and implementing third-party oversight. These solutions maintain functionality while improving fairness. They educate the public and strengthen accountability without straight-up deleting information. Their fifth question is, doesn't the right to be forgotten already weigh personal harm versus public interest? On the surface, it may seem like it does, but in practice, the balancing of the two is inconsistent. Different judges and different countries weigh the importance or significance of information differently, which leads to unpredictable enforcement. Two cases with identical circumstances could have opposite outcomes depending on who reviews them. Additionally, individuals with influence, power, or better legal representation are more likely to turn the situation in their favor. The last question they ask is, how is anonymizing old records different from delisting? Anonymization holds together the factual history while protecting the personal identity of the individual. It's like erasing the name off of a website search. We would still know someone searched for that specific website, we just wouldn't know who. Delisting information means the data would completely disappear from public access, even if the data is true. For example, anonymized records still allow journalists, researchers, and the public to use the data found in past events without exposing the specific individual involved. This helps us prevent history from being erased while still protecting personal privacy. Delisting, on the other hand, effectively erases the event as if it never happened.